Hello. Okay, now I'm actually going to work in this with you because the other videos are just kind of like a quick setup. So in this video, I am going to assume that you've come through and brought in the assets. And it could even be that you've already done a video and now you're going to start a new one. So if you have already done a video and you're starting a new one, you can just come and delete your asset. So just hit delete. And now you're ready to pull in a new one. And so I don't know if you can see this, but from my Finder screen, I'm just going to go find the new workout, which is the Awaken Strength Calf and Ankle. And I'm just going to drop it into my assets. So now it's here. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop it in on my timeline just somewhere after these title screens. I still have editing to do, so it's not really that big of a deal where I drop them in, but I do like to drop them in after. The reason why I like to make sure I get it in the right spot after is with these, for me, it's really hard to just drag and drop and move them. I don't know what the trick is, but I can't do it here. And then over here, you have to click it in the exact right spot in order to actually move it. So it's basically just after the name somewhere. That's kind of like the sweet spot to be able to drag and reorder these. So that's one thing. If you want to reorder, again, for me, I have to click after the name and then reorder. Anywhere else and it does something else or it does nothing. So FYI. So now that I've got this in here, what I'm going to do is take this time cursor again, and if you don't see it, just click your cursor in the gray area and it'll pop up. But I'm just going to drag a little bit until I see Jenna standing, and she usually gives me a little countdown. I think I missed it. Yep, there it is. And I always tell her to wait a minute, so even from here, this is a good spot for me to splice. The shortcut for splicing is Command or Control Shift D. So what that does is it splices it and duplicates it. I don't need this first part, so I'm just going to select it and hit delete. And then I'm going to take this and kind of back it up a little bit. And then down here I'm going to zoom in just to see how that looks. And then Mia, at any time if you kind of lose your screen, hit caps lock. So you'll notice that sometimes After Effects will automatically turn caps lock on. And what that does is it kind of makes it so that the video doesn't refresh. I guess it saves your memory. So I'm going to go ahead and play that. Oh, this is super quiet. So I'm going to have to really turn this up. But I'm even going to back it up so she's not standing there for a minute. Okay, I went back too far.
Today.
Okay, that's good. I like that today. So I mentioned that was too quiet. So to turn up Jenna's audio, like for example, here's one test that I like to do. So coming back over here, let me make this smaller. I like to listen to this at full blast. Not full blast, just normal, like high quality. And then what I want to look at here is the audio. So I have mine open. So if you go up to Window and then turn on Audio, that will bring this up right here. But the reason why I like to do that is I like to see where the decibels hit. So at the high, I was at about -6. But then here,
Today,
Jenna's like not even,
muscle isolation. Muscle isolation.
Jenna's not even over here. So what I'm going to do is expand this down, go to audio, and I want to turn this up quite a bit. I don't know if I need it all the way up to 11 or 12. I think that's the highest I can go. Let's see where she hits now.
Today, in our Awaken Strength muscle isolation series, we're going to work calf and ankles.
Okay.
So start parallel, hip width apart. Find your neutral that we talked about in our
Still
last
a little quiet.
series.
but better than what it was.
Glutes kind of
And then from here, sometimes if I want to, I zoom in or out. I think she looks okay. But if I want to zoom in a little bit, just so it's mostly Jenna and not like studio wall, I'm holding shift down to make sure that it's nice and even. But there's that. And then after that, I really just go all the way to the end. I'm not doing any fancy timers or anything on this one. And I can see here, so here's this, and you can see that the video cuts off before this video is done. So what you have to do for that is up at the top of your screen, go to Composition, and then go to Composition Settings. And here I just have to guess. So duration tells you how long it is. I really don't know how long this is, so I'm going to guess 18 minutes. And then hit OK. And now you can see my timeline is longer. Not right now. So when I go to the end now, you can see that this actually goes to the end. So this is actually only about 11 minutes, 13, something like that. But before I totally end, I'm going to see how Jenna actually signs off so I can drag that last slide. So let me zoom in a little bit, Control or Command plus.
Make it a great day.
Okay, make it a great day. That's all I need to hear. And then I know that this last slide should go on top. So I'm going to drag it on top. And then this is the part that I also hate, Mia. Unless I really, really zoom in, I can't move this. It just slides it back and forth. So I actually need to zoom in until I get this solid cursor. You don't want to try to move it like this. That edits it. You want that solid cursor, and then you can start moving it. And then basically, as soon as she says, have a great day, I want the gray screen to come up. Hold on, baby girl.
Great day.
Okay. And then I think that works, that works well. And then I just let the timer go until the end. That was a really weird transition. Let me trim this out a little bit. Because usually at the very end, the only thing I want to see is a gray screen. So this background is gray, but I can tell you right now that I'm doing this part wrong. There's an easier, better way. I found a setting the other day that just like changes the background setting to gray. But this makes it end nice and gray. So here I am at, let's see, 11:14:09. So I'm going to go back to composition settings, and then 11:14:09. So again, I don't know if this is the right way of doing it. It's just how I do it. Oh, here's the background color. So if I just select this, then I don't even have to worry about this layer. Again, this is something I learned pretty recently, so I didn't know that. Let me go back here, and let me also change the workout name. So this is Isolation Series Calf and Ankles. So I'm going to change this welcome to say that. So again, this is scene 2, so it's text 2. And I think I called this Isolation. Whoa. Okay, let me go to my circle and fix this mask. Oops. So here's that caps lock, the refresh disabled. If I hit caps lock, that comes back up. Oh, sorry, I have to actually click on the mask for me to do anything with it, I think. There we go. Okay. And I'm actually going to click off of that. This needs a little bit more space. So here, if I scroll up to the top of my properties, there we go. Let's try try 90. 90 looks great. We'll call that good. Let's go back to the circle. I actually want to make this just a tiny bit bigger. Oh, maybe I just needed to scooch it down. There you go. That actually looks too low. Grab the mask. Okay, something like that. Again, I know that we have to update the branding on this, but I just want to show you how we do it. And then to get back to the main part, I click on this, and you can see it says the workout now. So let me just test it.
Today, in our Awaken Strength muscle isolation isolation series, we're going to work
she's so cute. So I'm just going to pause this for now. Usually what I do, I like to go through the video and add timers and all those call outs, but truthfully for now, I just want to quickly get them out. So I'm not going to do that this time, but eventually I would like to start adding those timers and things like that. So for me, this video is pretty much done. What I need to do now, this is the part that usually takes a while. I'm going to go ahead and save it. And then what I need to do is send it to a media encoder. So File, Export to Adobe Media Encoder Q. And then I'll show you the next video. Actually, I'll pause it and come right back. So I'm going to send it there, and then I'll show you how to do the next part. Okay, so hopefully you can see this. This is the media encoder. Right now, the new video hasn't imported in yet, but this is one that I did last week that still is in here. And I'm actually going to wait for the video to populate in here so I can show you how to, oh, look at that, perfect timing. So when it pops up, under the preset, I want it to be this YouTube 1080p Full HD, but then we're going to adjust it from here. So from here, we're going to change just one thing. And Mia, to be honest, I don't know why I changed this thing, but the internet told me to change it. Another tutorial told me to do it. Cancel. Try this one more time. Okay, this might eventually work. Again, this is the part that takes a long time because the project is loading. Let me pause and then I'll come back when this is actually loaded. And I'm back. I don't know how long that took, but it took a minute. So as I was saying, when you first start from up here, go ahead and pick YouTube 1080p, and then go ahead and scroll down, and you have to be careful. I know it's weird. You have to actually grab this and scroll. You don't have to. If I don't do that, I accidentally change stuff here. I've had that happen several times. So the only other thing that I ask you to change is under bitrate settings, change it to VBR 2pass and keep these at 16. And then, like I said, just keep scrolling down. And then at that point, go ahead and hit OK. And then from here, hit the play button. And then this is the part that takes a while. And then from here, you can take that MP4 that it makes and put it onto YouTube. So you can kind of preview it down here. It's going to go through the whole thing once, and then it goes through it twice. Apparently, that just makes it look a little bit cleaner. So let's get started there. And then as you go through it, let me know what questions you have. Thanks, Mia.